So you want an excuse to feel good about procrastinating? Oh good, you've come to the right spot. Take a seat and be neat. All you gotta do is pay the receipt. I don't know. Procrastination, one of the most dreadful words in society. It can make you feel like the most rubbish piece of trash if you ever indulge in that action. In an age of self-development and also getting to the bag, hustle culture, or anything of the sort, procrastination is the next thing to insanity. Why would you procrastinate when there are 16-year-olds getting $1 million into their bank account and you're just sitting there doing nothing? There should be no reason for you to. On top of that, a lot of medical organizations have made procrastination linked to poor self-regulation and also levels of anxiety. This edged me even more forward and made me come to the realization that procrastination isn't a bad thing. But why do we think it is? Well, as I mentioned, we live in an age of social media where people put out all their results of their hard work, all their luxuries, all their money, all the holidays they go on, all the status that they've acclaimed, and don't show any of the days where they wasn't doing anything. Literally, through celebrity documentaries, all you see is the grind, you see the effort and all of that. But obviously this isn't true. We're humans. We have days where we need to lay down, get off the grind, and put off some stuff that we know we should be doing for the, simple fact that we have a mental health and we need to take care of it. But of course that doesn't sell. What makes a hero is the fact that they are invincible. Hence you need to present yourself in this perfected way. Social media does this to a T, only showing people's perfections and not their flaws. You will never see a celebrity take a day off, I'll tell you that for true. Unless they're in the off season or, I don't even know, they tore their So while you open your phone and you see a tweet coming through saying that another celebrity achieved a Grammy or a championship or anything of the sort, or you see that your friend's landed a job and is getting money, you're going to look at your life and feel like, what am I doing? What have I got going on? Comparison is really the thief of joy in this sense, and I feel like social media does this on purpose. Especially in our Western society, we have a lot of productivity apps and a lot of productivity facilities. It's no wonder that they need you to feel like you need to be productive in order for you to push yourself to even be indulged in anything productivity. If I say that one more time, I'm gonna actually I don't know what I'm gonna do, to be honest. But you get the point. These industries thrive off of the feeling of you needing to be productive. So procrastination is the opposite of that. It's an enemy of that. And if you feel like it's okay to procrastinate, what would be the need for you to even go into these facilities? What would be the meaning of you to even feel like you need to expand your knowledge, be productive in any sense? And I know a lot of conspiracy gurus are gonna be on this video saying, okay, but why would the government, a capitalist government that doesn't care about you, want you to be productive? Well, you just answered the question for yourself, dummy. It's the fact that we live in a capitalist society that any means that they can get any more money from you or any, real asset from you, they will do it. It doesn't matter what it is, whether it's your health, fitness, anything. Gyms aren't there because they care about you. Gyms are there because you put money into that industry. I mean, it's not like the gym you go to looks like a 5-star facility. It's just enough to make you go there and be productive. Productivity sells. On top of that, procrastination was never in fashion. In the ancient times, religion and philosophy preached of procrastination to be a big flaw within humanity. In a sense, you've been programmed throughout eternity to believe that you not doing anything for a couple days or a couple hours is an insult to your own humanity. How can you look at yourself in the mirror while doing that? I hope you can get where we're going, and my main thesis with this video is procrastination isn't really that bad. In fact, I think it could be a source of wisdom if you use it in the right way. I think the reason that procrastination can be viewed as a bad thing is more to do with your identity than anything else. Take this toothpick for example, and although it's a tooth, I'm joking, I don't know why I did that. let's keep going. Now, for the people that have their system in place and don't procrastinate and get to it, that's great for you. This video isn't really aimed at you though. It's more so aimed at the individual that feels lost, feels like every day is a continued cycle, feels like they're just doing stuff for the sake of it. First of all, I want to highlight that the fact that you do something and the fact that you don't do something isn't entirely significant. The thing that makes an action significant is the fact that you enjoy it. You get some sort of meaning off of it. You feel fulfilled. It fulfills a part of your life or fulfills a part of your identity. Without fulfillment, the action becomes boring and daunting, and you lose a sense of meaning and purpose within your life, which is actually what ironically leads to people procrastinating. In order for you to enjoy books, and I mean really enjoy reading books, not just reading a book every now and again. You need to actually identify that within your character. You need to find yourself and see, am I a studious person? Do I like knowledge? Do I like philosophy? If you're a gamer, do I actually like video games? And then voila. But if you don't do that key step, you can end up feeling lost. You can end up just going into different things for the sake of doing it. With that being said, is it really crazy to procrastinate and not do anything if the thing that you're doing gives you no meaning? Yes, in some sense, because we do have responsibilities, and I'm not saying for you to quit your job just because it doesn't fulfill you. Of course, stay in it. You need to fulfill those needs in order for you to be a, operational and functional human being. What I'm saying is that a lot of people procrastinate in their spare time due to this sense of loss of interest, loss of meaning, loss of purpose within their life. And I don't necessarily think that's bad. See, in life, you go through ups and downs continuously. There's never a point in life where you're just at one point and you keep flowing. You're going to continually going up and down until, you reach your deathbed. Within that, there's going to be moments and periods where you're lost, and meaning feels like something that you can't reach out if you had a gun pointed to your head. It's something impossible for you to reach, but it will be there. There's light at the end of the tunnel, which I can definitely say so. I've been through a lot of ups and downs, but the main thing is that you need time. You need time where you're not doing anything. You need that procrastinatory period in order for you to get to that point. You can't always be doing stuff, especially doing meaningless stuff. And I believe that the comparing yourself to people on social media, comparing yourself to individuals, feeling down about yourself, that negative self-esteem could put you into more situations and actions just for the sake of being there, for the sake of you feeling like you're doing something. But are you actually being fulfilled? Are you actually being fulfilled on the inside, or are you just fulfilling these concepts that have been given to you since you were born? Damn, I should be bro. I should do speeches or something. I ain't gonna cap. YouTube. It's been nice knowing you, but I'm gonna become a mayor. Is that how you say a mayor? I don't know, man. But let's continue. Those periods to find something meaningful within your life require a little bit of procrastination and putting things to the side. I remember for myself, I used to, get to work a lot. I used to do a lot of things every day and, be such an active person until I felt meaningless. I felt like a soulless robot, an android even. But I kept doing it because I believed that if I don't do something, I'll be worthless. But that's not true. Sometimes you get more meaning from those procrastinatory periods. Sometimes those periods in time are what shows you where you need to go. Investor Charles Munger talks about how he waited until the last minute of a lot of his investments to take out or to put in. To buy or sell. Sorry for all the investors watching this. Essentially what he was saying is that he waited. He didn't go for that instant gratification to feel like he's a super top-notch investor. He waited. He was patient. He had that discipline. And with that, he learned more about trading in itself. Another example I can give is Steve Jobs, someone who's created one of the most famous industries in this whole wide world, but sadly passed away. R.I.P. Steve Jobs. He would procrastinate on the creative vision of his products until it felt right. He would wait until the vision came to him. He wouldn't go searching for the vision. And sometimes all that took for him was a little bit of procrastination, just to lay back and really just take some, stress off of his mind. See, when you're always searching for desperate need of meaning or insight, that could chase the thing away entirely. What you need is to just trust the universe and trust yourself. Trust that the vision will come to you, and don't be in such haste for, an answer or a meaning within you. And sometimes having those procrastinatory periods is exactly what you need for that. On top of that, I believe there's so much more pressure for a lot of our Western society to get some sort of meaning and purpose, and to not procrastinate. There was a paper I read that illustrated that in collectivist societies, which is societies like East Asia, Latin America, and so on and so forth, work in collectivist units, communities. And because of that reason, their purpose is to uplift the community. And that makes procrastination so much easier to avoid. Something that would damage the whole community rather than oneself. You know, if you forget to go get that water or plant those crops, you are not only affecting yourself but affecting the whole community. In that sense, it's a lot easier for you to have meaning and purpose in life because you have less accessibility to purpose and meaning. Your purpose and meaning is damn near already settled by the time you're birthed. It's actually ironic that the more accessibility you have, the more harder it is to find meaning. It raises the question of if we should just be robots with assigned duties and assigned purposes from the minute we are born. You know, in our individualistic societies such as America, you know, Eastern Europe, we don't have purpose. We don't have meaning set to ourselves. We don't have a community that we have to look after. We are taught to fend for ourselves, and we are told that the world is an evil place that we need to go and make something out of. If you don't have something figured out by the age of 20, you're lost. This pressure to find meaning is what makes people lost in the first place. You keep going into different sectors of things that are not fulfilling within you. I think recognizing the pressure that we have to choose what we want to do and choose who we want to be, something that not everyone in the world really has, can make the idea of procrastination a lot more reasonable. You need time to think, and you need time to make the serious lifelong decision. You need time to think about what your purpose is. And even when you do, that might not be your final purpose. So procrastinatory periods are definitely going to happen. But I can't say that in full confidence and ignore the other side of productivity, which is for you to find success, find some sort of freedom within life. You're working those shifts back to back. You're doing all these things outside of work in order for your life to be successful within the future. But what's that going to be worth if you're all burnt out? And what's that going to be worth if you don't have moments to self-reflect? I believe that procrastination shouldn't just be a part of everyone's system, but should be a part of your routine. It's something that you should invest into. Procrastinate in the most healthy way possible. Don't do it in a way where you're avoiding stuff, but do it in a way where you get to self-reflect. Get to reflect on your own identity, what interests you and who you are. Really ask yourself, are you these things that you're achieving? Are you that paycheck in your bank account? Are you the muscles that you get within your training session? Are these things actually fulfilling you, or do you need a moment to step back? Really evaluate and self-reflect. I'm not saying to let your life slip off the edge, but, you know, appreciate yourself a little bit. You know, give yourself a little pat on the back and realize that, you know, you need to take a step back in order to move more forward. In an age where procrastination is seen like a flaw, it could really be a tool for growth. Pausing everything that you're doing may be the most radical act of progress. It's Men's TV, back with 900 thoughts. Let me know what you thought about this thought, and I hope you enjoyed my video. I'm out.